Very pleased to welcome to the show Sandy Simmons. Her book, Simple Truths, Being Prepared, a Practical Guide for Preconception. And you may already have formed a preconception in your mind about what the book is about, but hold on, it's going to absolutely blow you away. We had a great off-air conversation. Let's just put it this way. Think about birthing, living, dying, and we're going to come back and talk about what does all of that mean. Sandy, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So everybody knows Sandy is the CEO of Simply Better Health. Ooh, who doesn't want that? And really, I think so much of what that means is in this book. Tell me what motivated you to write the book.
Right. So having been in practice for many years and seeing lots of couples have failed pregnancies, that's where it started. And I've done a lot of work on myself, and I also had a failed pregnancy and difficult to get pregnant, but this is like 40 years ago. So I thought, right, let's write something here. But the book is really, while it says preconception, meaning for people who want to conceive, it's also for anybody that wants to move on with their health.
Oh boy, and who doesn't want to move on with their health? So tell us, for example, one of the things that you told me right in the very beginning, and I think this is powerful because I believe everybody needs this, including myself. And I'm actually a person who practices mindfulness. You talk about mind clear. Explain that.
Yeah. So first of all, we've got to think about mind clear in a different way to perhaps it's coming across to you. So clearing the mind doesn't mean you erase everything. It just means that you have a look at your values and your beliefs and have a look at them and say, are these actually mine, or are these my family's that aren't suitable for this time of life? Are they things that I've taken on from perhaps teachers, other people around me? And do I really resonate with those? And what are mine? So we work out what's actually going on for you. So that's what I call mind clear, is to be really clear as to what resonates for you with your beliefs and your values.
Yeah. And I mentioned at the top, birthing, living, dying. Explain what that means. I mean, that's a brilliant hashtag, by the way, for this book.
Yeah, so having been in practice for a long time and seeing a variety of people and different ailments, etc., I came up with the fact that birthing is now so complicated, and it doesn't need to be. But we also interfere a lot. And the same at the other end of life. We all have a soul or a spirit, whatever you choose to resonate with. But it's really important that is able to come into this world with the least interference possible. Each individual person that arrives here is coming with the gifts that they have. And if we interfere too much, we maim some of those. We put the lid on some of those things. The same at the other end of life. We tend to look at people, put them in a hospice towards the end of their days, dull everything down for them, which may be necessary, may not always be necessary. We need to chat to the person and see what they would love and bring those things around for them. Some people might want to sit under a tree. Even if they've got a shot of morphine in them, they might want to sit under a tree and pass away. Really important for us to listen to people and just, resonate and help them to move in and out of life the best way we can. You can actually talk to your baby as well. You can, but we tend to discount a lot of things and listen to the powers of be, supposedly outside of ourselves. So the book actually teaches you to listen to yourself as well.
Oh, I love that. So we're going to just kind of peel back one of the layers here, because we don't want to tell everyone everything. We're going to tell them where they can get the book, but peel back that a little bit for us. How do we listen to ourselves better?
Okay, so we have an ego, and everyone knows you see people with maybe bigger egos than others. And the ego is actually our friend. It's trying to keep us safe. And it's sort of enrolled in this and encased in this role, we could say, in life, because it depends what you've been through in your life from birth or before birth even, in the womb. And we've made up how we need to be in this world. And the ego is there to say something like, oh, this happened last time, let's not do that again. And you're listening to that louder voice, whereas the smaller voice is saying, it's okay, the same thing isn't going to happen again, and you'll be fine. So it's sorting those voices out, and you can do that to get clarity by working out what's gone before has gone, what's going on now is the present, and what's coming. You can change that voice and say, I don't have to repeat what I repeated before. I don't have to repeat what my family repeated, what my other people have repeated, because this is me. Hope that's making it simple.
It does make it simple. And, again, your book, Simple Truths, Being Prepared, A Practical Guide for Preconception. Where can people get copies of your book? Where can they get them?
Yeah, so it's available on Amazon as a hardcover. You can get it as a digital copy. And I've even got a few, dare I say, if anybody has CDs, you can get it on a CD as well. So you can always contact me. I know that you've got all the links, and so you can get it in varying ways, whatever suits you.
I love that. And in talking about life and bringing it full circle, you've touched a lot of people's lives. Give us a story, because you don't have to use names, about a happy ending for either a couple or just people that you've worked with.
Okay, let me give you the one about a couple that's coming straight to my mind. Their twins turned 3 on Monday. This lady was referred to me by an obstetrician. She didn't want to go down the route of more operations, so she was sent to me, and we had a good old chat. Now, in Australia, we've got, like you have, a multitude of different cultures. This lady was from Estonia. Her husband was from India. And it was difficult enough living life here without family. And apart from stress, which is usually one of the major factors in varying forms, it took about 6 to 9 months with work to, and then she got her outcome. She became pregnant. And they went on to have these beautiful twins in COVID. Neither of them worked because they were in hospitality. And so they spent all that time with bringing up their little twins themselves.
Wow.
How beautiful is that? So that was just our current times. So that's I love seeing it when people, get the children that they would love. And sometimes, just for another quick one, there's people who are together, and then by the end of this book realise that they don't actually want to be together, or they don't want to have children. It's an expectation that was put on them. And that's absolutely fine too. You've got to do what resonates with you and what you're here to do.
Oh, I love that. And you said that before. It's, we have these things that we carry around because they've been placed on us, and it's all about peeling that back and knowing really authentically who you are. And I think that's the brilliance of your book. What do you hope people take away from reading your book?
Yeah, just, okay, the exercises are there. They can actually opt in and do a program, a self program where I'm not involved, or they can come and work with me. Depends what they'd like to do. But at the end of it, it's about knowing yourself, knowing where you are right at this moment with your health, and how you can move forward in a much better way. I mean, my wish for everybody on the planet is to have vibrant health. Mm-hmm. And I think it's got lost somewhere along the line.
Oh yeah. It's, so much self-care has just been thrown out the window, and that's part of it too. And exactly what you're talking about. Vibrant health is something I would wish for everyone too. What a wonderful place to end this. Sandy Simmons, to find out more, of course, get this book, Simple Truths, Being Prepared, a Practical Guide for Preconception. I love it. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you very much, Kate, for having me.